Okay, you are about to find out the truth. And once you know it, you are never speaking to them again. Here's the wild part. They have no idea you already know. They think their little trap is still set, still waiting for you to walk into it, but you didn't walk into it. You walked right past it without even realizing that you did it. And that single move just blew their entire plan apart. They built something. Yes, they built something. They planned something. And without even trying, you destroyed it. Let's get into this because what I'm picking up right now is honestly giving me chills. So I want you to think about someone in your life right now, someone who's been a little too smooth, a little too perfect, a little too, I would never do that. You know the type, the one who always has the right thing to say, who everyone thinks is so sweet, so caring, so put together. Yeah, that person. I'm getting a real strong pull toward them right now. And what's coming through is that everything they've built, the whole image, this whole reputation, it's about to come crashing down. And you are going to be standing right there when it happens. Except you will already know. You will already know. You will already have that truth in your pocket before anyone else even suspects a thing. Here is what's been going on. This person has been hiding something from you. Not a small something, a big something. Something they've been worked really hard to keep buried, something they thought you'd never, ever find out about. And the reason they thought that is because they have been playing a role for you this whole time. To your face, they are warm. They are generous. They check on you. They say all the right things. They make you feel like you can trust them completely. But behind that face, behind closed doors, behind your back, there is a whole different person operating. A person who's been lying to you. A person who may have taken something from you. Whether that's money, time, your precious time, your energy, opportunities, or even pieces of your reputation. And the wild part is you felt it somewhere deep down. You felt it that something was off, even if you couldn't put your finger on it. You know that feeling. I know you know that feeling. Like static in the back of your mind, like hum you can't quite place. Maybe you've laid awake at night replaying conversations, thinking, wait, why did that feel weird? Maybe you've caught yourself feeling guilty for even questioning them. Because on paper, they seem like such a good person. They are the ones everyone goes for advice. They are the ones who posts about kindness, about loyalty, about doing the right thing. And here's the thing. That's exactly the problem. People who are constantly performing goodness, constantly narrating how good they are, usually have something they are trying to drown out. It's a mask. And right now, that mask is starting to sleep, whether they know it or not. What I'm seeing is that this person doesn't actually know who they are. Not really. they've spent so much time figuring out how they are supposed to act, what makes people like them, what makes people trust them, what gets them the praise and the access and the attention, that they have lost touch with anything real underneath it. It's all strategy. Yeah, it's all performance. And the scary part is they have gotten so good at it that even they sometimes believe their own act. But underneath all that polish, there is someone who is deeply self-centered. Someone who when push comes to show, only really cares about themselves, their image, their comfort, their next move. And you have been a piece on their board. Maybe a useful piece, maybe an emotional one, but a piece, not a person in their eyes. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because this is where everything starts to turn. You did something, and I don't think you even realized that you were doing it. Somewhere along the way, you pulled back. Maybe you stopped sharing as much. Maybe you started noticing the little inconsistencies and just filed them away without saying anything. Maybe you simply stopped giving them the reaction they used to getting from you. And that tiny shift, that's the thing that broke their whole setup. Because their entire plan depended on you staying exactly the same. Trusting, available, a little unaware. The moment you quietly started seeing through them, even just a little, the trap they built around you started to collapse from the inside. They don't know what happened. They think they are still in control. They think you are still the same person you were 6 months ago, a year ago, however long this has been going on. But you are not. And that gap between what you think, what they think you know, and what you actually know, that gap is about to become the most important thing in your life for the next little while. Because the truth is coming. I don't mean maybe, I mean it's already in motion. Things that were hidden are surfacing. Conversations are happening that this person doesn't know about. People who know both of you are starting to put pieces together, starting to compare notes, starting to ask questions, quiet questions like, hey, did something seem off to you too? And once that starts, it doesn't stop. It's like pulling one thread on a sweater that's been held together by nothing but tension. The whole thing starts to unravel, and there is nothing they can do to stop it. Because the more they try to control the story, the more obvious it becomes that there is a story to control. And listen, I know this might sound intense, but I really feel like I need to say it. Whatever this person has done, you are going to find out the full scope of it, and it is going to be more than you expected, not less, more. You might be bracing yourself for one thing, and the truth is going to be bigger than that. It might involve money. It might involve someone else entirely, a third person, you didn't even know was in the picture. It might involve a pattern, sure, not just one incident. Meaning this is not the first time they've done something like this to someone. And when you find out, here is what's going to happen inside you. There is going to be this wave, this gut punch moment, and then almost immediately after, there is going to be this strange relief, like a held breath finally being let out, like a fog lifting off your whole life that you didn't even know was there. You are going to look back at the last few months, maybe longer, and suddenly so many things are going to make sense. Why you felt drained around them, why certain situations always seemed to circle back to benefit them, while when something good happened to you, it always somehow got smaller or got twisted into being about them. Here's the part that's really important though, and I want you to really sit with this. You're not going to confront them, at least not in the way you might be imagining right now, like some big dramatic blow up. What's actually going to happen is quieter and honestly way more powerful. You are simply going to walk away. You are going to have the information. You are going to know everything, and you are going to use that knowledge to just step back. Cleanly, calmly. No big speech, no explanation, no giving them the satisfaction of a reaction. And that silence, that's going to terrify them more than any argument ever could. Because people like this, let me explain. People like this, people who run on performance and control, they need a reaction. They need a drama. Because drama is where they thrive, where they can spin the story, play the victim, make themselves look misunderstood. If you give them nothing, they have nothing to work with, and they will absolutely notice. Sure. They will feel the shift even if they can't explain it. They will reach out more. They will get weirdly nicer, almost overcompensating. And it's because some part of them senses that something has changed, even if their conscious mind hasn't caught up yet. That's how psychology works. I also want to talk about why this happened to you specifically, because I don't think it's random, and I don't think it's because there is anything wrong with you. If anything, it's almost the opposite. You are the kind of person who gives people the benefit of the doubt. You are the kind of person who, when something feels off, tries to find a reason that isn't this person is lying to me. Because that's just not how your mind works. You're not wired for that kind of deception. So it's hard for you to imagine it in someone else. That's not weakness. No. That's actually a kind of integrity. But it does mean that people who operate the way this person operates can sometimes slide past you longer than they would with someone more naturally suspicious. The good news is that window is closing fast. Because right now, your instincts are sharpening. You are starting to notice things you used to brush off. And once you see it, really see it, you cannot unsee it. That's where you are right now. Even if you are still in the something feels off, but I can't prove it stage. You are closer to the full picture than you realize. Now let's talk about what happens after. Because this isn't just a story about someone getting exposed. It's a story about what opens up for you once they are gone from your life. And I really feel like this is the part people skip past too fast, so I want to slow down here. When this person loses their place in your life, when that connection finally fully closes, it's not going to leave you a hole. It's going to feel more like pressure being released. Like you didn't realize how much energy you were spending just managing them, managing the relationship, managing your own reactions, managing what you said and didn't say around them. All of that energy comes back to you. And what people do with that returned energy is usually pretty amazing. New opportunities tend to show up almost immediately, like suspiciously fast. A job thing, a creative thing, a person who's been quietly in your orbit, who suddenly steps forward in a way that feels completely different from anything this other person ever offered you. If this person was someone you were romantically involved with, I really do feel like whoever comes next is going to feel like night and day. Like you finally understand what it's supposed to feel like when someone is actually on your term, instead of just saying they are. If this is more of a work or business situation, I see a similar thing. Someone stepping into that role who actually has your back, who doesn't need you to shrink so they can feel important. And here's something I think is really worth sitting with. This person, the one who's been doing all this, they don't actually know themselves. No. Like at a fundamental level. They have spent so long managing how they are perceived that the them underneath all of that has kind of atrophied. Yeah, and when their image starts to crack, when people start seeing the gap between how they present and how they actually behave, it's going to hit them harder than you'd expect, because their whole sense of self is built on that image. Losing it isn't just embarrassing for them. It's destabilizing in a much deeper way. You might even feel a flicker of sympathy. Sure, sympathy when that happens. And that's okay, yeah. It doesn't mean you owe them anything. It doesn't mean you should reach out. Doesn't mean or any of this is your responsibility to fix. It's just you being you. Someone who feels things even for people who didn't deserve that consideration. But notice it, acknowledge it, and then let it go. Just let it go. Because their unraveling isn't yours to manage. It was always going to happen. Yeah, you just happened to be the person who saw it first. One more thing. I want to mention because it kept coming up while I was turning into this. There is a strong sense that other people are going to start seeing this person differently too, almost at the same time you do. Like the timing of all this isn't a coincidence. It's like multiple things are converging. Your own realization, other people's realizations, maybe even some kind of external situation like something professional or even something more serious coming to light around the same window of time. So this is not going to be a slow, drawn out thing where you're the only one who knows and everyone else still thinks they are great. It's going to feel more like a shift happening all at once, where the version of this person that everyone believed in just stops being believable. And you will be sitting there thinking, wait, I already knew this. Because you did. You knew before anyone else did. You just didn't have the proof yet. And now you're about to. I also want to gently say this, because I think it matters. Don't rush to tell people, I told you so. It's not a good phrase. Even though, trust me, the urge is going to be strong. Let people get there on their own, not because the person deserves protection, but because you will come across so much more powerful if you are just calm, grounded, already past it. People are going to be shocked, upset, maybe even a little embarrassed that they didn't see it sooner. And the way you show up in that moment, steady, unbothered, already 3 steps ahead, that's going to say more about who you are than any explanation ever could. You're not the one who needs to defend yourself here. You never were. They were always the one with something to hide. You were just living your life, your beautiful life. So here's where I want to leave this. The truth. The truth is coming. And it's coming whether anyone is ready for it or not. What's already happened, without you even trying, without you scheming or planning or confronting anyone, is that you've already shifted out of the position they needed you to be in. The trap depended on you staying unaware, staying available, staying exactly where they put you. And you didn't do that. Maybe you didn't even consciously choose it, but something in you started protecting you before your mind caught up. And that protective shift is the thing that's already breaking everything open. You're not walking into the truth. The truth is walking around you, and it's going to arrive faster than you think. When it does, you're going to feel that gut drop, and then almost immediately after, this incredible lightness, like you can finally breathe out a breath you've been holding for way too long. And on the other side of that breath is a version of your life that's lighter, clearer, and a whole lot more honest, with people in it who actually deserve to be there. If any of this resonates with you, I'd love to hear which part hit the hardest. Drop it in the comments, because honestly, the responses on these readings messages are wild. And I love seeing how this lands for different people. And if you are new here, make sure you're following, because trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming through next. This energy isn't done unfolding, not even close.